Okay, so today we're gonna have a lot of fun. We are gonna have the first of many Bobby Help Me Now, or What Would Bobby Do contests that I ran. We had about 50 entries, which is insane. And I'm gonna select about 15 to 20 of these. So by showing you a before picture and then going through all the bullet points, I'm gonna provide a ton of value for you and show you what are some cool things that you can do with your yard that aren't gonna cost you much and transform the place. Before we get into it, I got to address something. This video right here has a lot of views, it's got a lot of comments, and there are some unfavorable comments on there calling me unprofessional and being kind of triggered and upset, and that needs to get addressed. My intention on this channel is to provide good quality, valuable content that you can use to help your landscaping, help your yard, and point out mistakes that are made either by myself or by other installers that you can learn from. It's not to slam people, it's not to drag people through the mud, it's not to do anything unkind. And sometimes in my delivery, I think I can come off that way, and that's not my intention, and I apologize. So if I've ever offended anybody, I really am truly sorry. I wanna make sure that this video is a representation of the kind of content that I want, where we're taking somebody who is a little bit lost, doesn't know what to do, and we're going to dissect their space in a positive light and give you some really good, valuable content that you can use that is for a DIYer, that's budget friendly, that is going to be easy install, ways that just spruce up a place. All right, so our first winner of the Bobby Help Me Now contest is a lady named Dion. She actually didn't disclose where she lives, but I can tell from this picture, full-blown sun. So we're just gonna kind of play off that and the existing elements. Here's what I see, and here's what she wants. She wants less grass and a more modern feel with her ranch style. So already what I'm seeing is we've got kind of a broken up driveway. We've got this random strip of grass, which I think could be a design opportunity, as well as just a little bit of a cookie cutter, typical landscape box in front of a ranch. This big yellow bush I see it looks a little close. It almost looks like it's right up on this column, and you know, it's a little close to all the other stuff. So what we want to do is modernize this. So I'm going to go through, tweak this thing, put together an after from this before, and show you how with a couple of little design techniques, we can really update the space. What we did is we set up some straight lines, some narrow lines. That's going to create that kind of modern linear feel, okay? So that's kind of the first thing. The second thing is we wanted to update that walkway and give it that contemporary vibe. A great way to do this is to put really cool stone in there with stepping stones that can be bigger than this, but I just kind of squeezed them in. That leads you up to the door. It draws your eye. So that's number two. The third thing is with simplicity in the landscaping. The landscaping, when I'm doing a modern vibe, I really like to do wispy, flowy, and very similar things, not a lot of stuff. So I just chose some Hamlin grasses, which are these little 2x2 fountain grasses. They go great in sunlight. They don't get too big. They go with almost any vibe. I'm a sucker for them. I think they look great. But instead of just lining along these beds with Hamlins, I also took some Liriope or Mondo grass, just depending on where you live in the country world. Some of these grasses you can only use in like really hot climates. But the point is I framed along the walkway and those Hamlin grasses to give it an extra element and an extra pop. So it's kind of faded in here. We've got this beautiful blue trap rock, or you could use Mexican beach pebbles, but we're talking DIY, budget friendly. Those are expensive, so you're probably gonna go to a trap rock, but they're gonna pop. So when you walk up that walkway, you've got this nice wispy kind of flow, a very modern vibe by breaking up and using two colored decorative stones and just keeping it easy. This is a very easy install. You're pretty much removing that strip of grass. You are excavating down a smidge, you're lining everything, you're putting fabric in, you're putting your rock in, you're putting your stone in, and planting in the existing soil. If you need to bring in a little soil, you'll bring in a little soil. But this is how you transform a ranch style into something that has got a modern flair with stone and very, very little maintenance. So I really like this. I think that you can get a ton of value out of this for different parts of your yard, even your front yard. If you want to know how much this costs, I think all in materials, if you're doing it yourself, you're probably in at about $2,000 tops. If you paid somebody to do it, you can probably double that, $400 to $4,500. But Dion, thank you for entering the contest. I really appreciate it. I hope that this checks off the boxes for you, and that if you entered the contest, this is what to expect. You're gonna get some more of this. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, consider, because I got about 15 to 20 more of these coming, and I run contests all the time, and you could win something like this. This is Bobby K saying creation is everything, so go out and create. I appreciate you guys, I really do.